In a world with entirely too many shows about cars, this is another pointless automotive podcast.
Welcome back to another pointless automotive podcast. Frank, how you doing this evening, man?
Um, I'm good. I'm the heart of rock and roll is still beating, I guess, as
Oh,
local legend Huey Lewis and or the news once
mm,
said. Um, no,
okay.
no,
Good.
doing okay. What has Mr. Lewis been up to?
Uh, good
Is he
question.
related to Aaron Lewis? I don't know.
It hasn't been in the news, that's for sure.
That's true.
Um,
You know what has been in the news?
oh my God, look at the segue from this guy. And we've talked about it before, right? We have definitely
Yeah.
hinted towards it. We've laid our plans out to save this company. Mother effing Nissan's making a comeback, guys.
go.
Let's be super serious on this one. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, the CEO hasn't been carted out with musical instrument boxes out of Japan yet, so I mean that's
This
a
is true.
good sign. That's
This is true.
positive. The board is happy with that. He's an enthusiast, I've heard too.
Yeah,
I don't
not
know,
on the lamb, which is
yeah,
great.
Ivan Espinosa is his name. All
It's
signs
on.
are pointing to like the direction we wanted the company to go. Because I
Damn
think
it.
when we did the Saving Nissan episode, I think we both pretty much
I want to
aligned
look when
in
that was.
what's that?
I want keep talking. I want to look up when we did that.
It was a little while ago, but we both kind of were on the same page where Nissan needs to come back as like an enthusiast focused brand like it was in the 80s and 90s when it was peak Nissan. We haven't talked
Mhm.
about that yet, but we should. I think they're kind of hinting towards those things that made them a great company during that era and putting it back into their business model, my friend.
Yeah. I mean, so I just looked. That was episode 192. That was September 24th of 2025 is when we put out our Saving Nissan episode. So not quite a full calendar year.
No,
Um, but like, yeah, it's interesting because first off, I think anyone who is an actual car person is rooting for Nissan.
yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Do you know? Uh, they're they're not the Cleveland Browns, right? I don't know about you. I want the Cleveland Browns to be the factory of misery forever, or of sadness, I believe is what they like to call themselves, the factory
Yeah.
of sadness. I want them to just be moribund until the end of time. I want them to just ruin a young budding quarterback's career because they draft him with the first or second pick, and utterly just dash their career upon the rocks. And I want them to just be sad forever. I don't have that same feel for Nissan.
Good?
I want Nissan to be good. I like,
Yeah.
for instance, I'm not a Raiders fan. The NFL is a better product when the Raiders are relevant.
Oh, so it hasn't been for some
It's
time.
right. But if the Raiders are at least in the mix, even if it's
Mhm.
getting absolutely punched in the face in the first round of the playoffs,
Sure.
I think that makes the league a better place.
Ooh.
The car world is a better place when Nissan is making relevant and competitive products,
Okay.
which they have struggled to do for some time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think we reflect rose-colored glasses, whatnot. We look back at 80s and 90s Nissan. You had like the 240SX. You had a lot of cool offerings, 300ZX twin turbo. You had a lot of cool stuff coming from Nissan, right? And it kind of in the early 2000s, they were still doing really good. The Ultima was a very purchasable item. People were buying that. The Sentra was still a thing. You had Pathfinders, you had Xterras, which actually sold really well. Nissan was still doing good. 2008, bad time for Nissan, bad
Well,
time for
for
most,
most,
right? Except
yeah.
for Subaru. Subaru, the only one to really come out unscathed through that.
Subaru, I would say, Undertakers. Good time to be alive. Maybe bail bondsmen and perhaps you know, realtors that specialize in foreclosures.
Or dating sites. Dating sites were really coming along at that
True.
time.
Mhm.
I think Ashley Madison was getting ramped up. No, it's just,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
right? Wasn't
Which
that ballpark that time
that
zone,
was
2008?
and what was the can you believe like
Yes.
bear with me.
I often have to.
I think didn't they run a fucking Super Bowl commercial?
They did.
That was like life's short, have an affair.
Correct.
I'm sorry. I'm not Mr. like high horse, clutch my pearls, holier than thou.
That's how you're coming
But
across.
I don't think anyone is allowed to like get upset about anything in pop culture and what anyone says and like not have gone scorched earth on it that was a fucking Super Bowl commercial. It was just like, hey, you should have an affair.
Dude, we were
I don't know.
softer.
I don't know.
We are a softer and gentler people after that. I think COVID took another couple rounds out of us, but that time period, I don't know. We were a little more hardy. I think that was okay.
I don't.
Back then.
I mean,
I think a good old
madness.
jolt of adultery.
Right, and not even just like, hey, if you're gonna do it, like this is the way to do it. But like, no, you should do this. Life is short. You should not like, hey, if you're considering it, like here's the platform. Like, no. You should be adulterous.
Right. And then
the
really quick voice at the end of the ad was like, you should totally trust our security systems. We won't leak any information.
Yeah. We're not 98% man bots. No, it's like actual, yeah. Because didn't one of the was it the Duggars? Didn't like the creepy one that get arrested? Wasn't he wrapped up in that? And like with some like politicians and
probably
some like really staunch conservative politicians got swept up in that, like, oops.
Look, if you weren't on that list and the Epstein Island list, who the fuck are you? Like, I don't want to waste time talking to you.
I'm not even. I wish I was that masculine to be on both.
But let's go here because we were back to Nissan, guys. We were really we were saving them.
The car world.
We were talking about how they really had a lot of compelling products. They had in a long time, like we're talking 80s, 90s. I would give them the benefit of the doubt. I think up until 2008, Nissan was still doing pretty good and respectable and was a big Japanese automaker. Obviously, they've fallen off. They've become a joke. There's big Ultimate Energy, their products. There's Jacko transmissions. There's pick your poison there.
Yes.
But I think they've been trying to right that ship. It's been a while, right? Like the 370Z carried on for 50 years, seemingly, right? What are you most excited about? Because I think the Z coming back, the new Z, was a good step in the right direction.
Sure.
I think.
Yeah, we did a whole kind of waxing poetic about the Nissan Z when that car came out, like past, present, and future. The future is now, and now that we've lived with it for a little while, it was definitely. What's silly is yes, I when that car came out, I bet if I just thinking back to when we talked about it when it was brand new and it was like, here's the announcement, and we just because we're not topical, we don't do this thing, but like we talked about it when it came out, and we were both very excited for it.
Yeah,
and I think the marketplace was until it wasn't, because they haven't sold a bunch of them, and you don't really see them.
It outsold the Supra.
Correct. I think it's more interesting than the Supra. As a Toyota guy, but is it a Toyota?
Yeah, is that a relevant statement?
That's a different conversation. But like, yes, I do think that was a step in the right direction. Whether it was, and what it might actually end up being, which is something we don't really have anymore, is an actual Halo car. Yeah, not in the way of, getting people in the showroom to see the Z, and then they waltz out of there with a fucking kicks. I don't think that's happening. Oof. But it is taking a nameplate that's been pretty maligned and has been down in the gutter and been getting continuously kicked while it was down, or while its Jatco transmission was down, and showing that there's signs of life and showing that there is some desirability to where when you see one, you go, oh wow, look, hey, a new Z.
Yeah,
and they sold one. Hey, look, dude, blue with a blue interior, rad. Or it's the whatever, the special heritage edition in that like tennis ball yellow, killer. And they've got a Nismo one now, and like it gets people talking about the brand in a positive light. even if
that's
they're not selling a ton of them.
sports cars in general, man, right? Like they're not balance sheet movers, dude. Sports cars,
Not
like,
anymore.
yeah, remember the win on Sunday, sell on Monday mentality, right? Like
Yeah.
not anymore, but
Right.
I still think there's brand cachet and recognition in having a sports car that still bears a resemblance to their historic,
Sure.
like absolute killer of a sports car, the 240Z. But that being said, they've done like great things. Like the Nismo now comes with a manual. I think that's a
Yeah.
fantastic step in the right direction, and they're going to continue refining. They do have a new one planned. I have some more notes about that in a little bit, but I think that was the step in the right direction. They also still made the R35 for like up teen years, and that thing's still cool as
Right.
all hell.
It's still cool, but I think it's a less important thing for the future direction of the company than that's this new Z. Whether it's going to, which is ironic because the underpinnings of that quote unquote new Z is old Z.
Correct.
But I think in order for them to do what I think they've successfully done, even if we might not call it a terribly successful vehicle, is they took the underpinnings of an old car, they refreshed it heavily, launched it as a new product, for not a huge amount of money, both to the
Correct.
consumer and for the manufacturer. And they get people talking positively about the brand for the first time in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that is kind of reading the word on the street and feeling kind of the vibe in the air about Nissan. It feels overwhelmingly positive.
I'm
right
with
now.
you. I'm with you too. They've made some really interesting announcements, and I think the brand the company is targeting like the enthusiast because they also announced a new Xterra is coming out.
Yeah.
And at first, it's like crippling fear, like oh my god, it's going to be an electric,
Right.
unibody piece of shit. But they
Hybrid
already have come out and said, they have already come out and said body on frame V6, like exactly like the truck in your background, the truck in my driveway, the Xterra, which was a great sales success story for Nissan. And to tell you the truth, the original Xterra, which is like, what is it, 2000 was the first year?
99.
99. Okay, so
Yeah.
came out at that time, which the world was already moving to like crossovers and SUVs. The idea of a body on frame family hauler or adventure vehicle was kind of antiquated at that time. So I love the fact that Nissan built it and focused on the adventurer and the risk taker and that kind of person that lives that life and really doubled down, if not tripled down on those attributes. I love the Xterra. I think the Xterra had a huge cult following right from the rip, and it still does. The fact that they're bringing it back and keeping it true to the roots, dude, that resonates with me. Like as a brand that like recognizes why that vehicle was important and aren't going to sully the name. Prelude.
Well, what's interesting, what I think is really interesting is we're watching a lot of brands do this pivot away from EV, away from some hybrid, not all, but some hybridization, away from some complex things. And whether you or I or anyone or the marketplace, whatever, feels that this is a swing because of political reasons or it's a swing because of economical reasons or the straight or gay or celibate of Hormuz
Please say a
reasons.
body of water. Please say a body of water. Oh, my drunk uncle's talking.
You know what's really
again.
you know what really bears my straight? No,
Or straighten your bear.
exactly. But regardless of the reason, there is a current pivot by a lot of manufacturers that they're having to do an emergency course correction to a more quote unquote simple, gas powertrain, maybe with some electrification in there, but not going full EV. And Nissan got caught up in that a little bit with the Aria that is, I'm pretty confident, named after a Stark.
Oh.
But there's a lot of manufacturers, Stellantis chief among them, and Porsche and Mercedes-Benz with EQ technology and whatever. There's a lot of manufacturers that are currently posting enormous losses because they went hard in the EV stuff, and now they're having to meet the market swing back the other way, where Nissan is a little bit in an advantageous position because they were so fucking poor and non-innovative for so long that
Fair.
they don't have to like go from one pendulum end of the pendulum swing to the other. They're already right in the middle. So they're in a better position to just have have the new Xterra and have it be like all gas or gas and hybrid, and that's it. Versus, Porsche having to like undo the EV Boxster,
Sure.
or Stellantis having to uncharger the Charger, and now they just launched the new, quote unquote, new Durango, same as the old Durango with a V8 in it that's like non-competitive, but people are going to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's an interesting position that they're in, and I think they're in a better position because of what the market is doing around them than probably where we thought they would have been back when we had that conversation.
Agree. I think you're right. I think they're positioned well, but I also think they're geniuses because there is this untouched market segment, and we beat this drum all the time. You can't go get a cheap, good car anymore. The average new car is 50K, right? Across
Yeah.
all makes and
Yeah.
models. There's nothing exciting below that mark, really. There's some things, right? But it's highly limited. There's no more stripper, there's no more basic models. And I think what happened with that price creep, that scope creep, that feature creep, it was because of EV technology and doubling down on that. And then all this other
Part of it.
technology, it's absolutely a factor. And then Nissan just saying, you know what? You guys want a fucking off-road truck, like a body-on-frame truck? We're gonna make the Xterra again, and just like the original Xterra, which way undercut the Forerunner, even
Yeah.
more so now, this new Xterra is gonna come in. What's a new Forerunner? And then God forbid you
base?
get, yeah, even a base Forerunner, and then God forbid you get like anything with a TRD acronym on there,
Or the LC 250, which I'm very much in support of bringing back the Land Cruiser,
Mm-hmm.
but the current offering feels and seems so wildly uncompetitive,
Yeah.
even within its own brand.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't know why you buy one of those for more money
Than a Forerunner.
than a Forerunner.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense. But let's see, base 2026 Forerunner MSRP. Starting MSRP $42,070.
Yeah, and
42,070.
that's a stripper. You're probably not going to find it.
Right. Yeah, and they're gonna ask for like 10 grand above that.
So the Xterra, I think, is targeting in the 30s still, which is absolutely wild. And do we need it? Yes. Nissan can be that company. Nissan can be that company that identifies that segment being under like serviced, right? And put these
Sure.
vehicles in there, right? Like we talked about the Sentra SCR coming back. I see
Yeah.
that coming, Frank. I see they tried it with the Nismo. I think it was around 2019. They stuck a turbo on there. It
Right.
didn't bring back the spirit of the old B13. I think the B13 is the benchmark Sentra. Let's be honest.
Well, I think the Sentra's
honestly,
it's too big.
too
Now.
big. They're going to
It's
have
too big
to change.
now. You're
right?
gonna have to bring in a model under it. I don't think they should call it the Versa.
No, but they could use the Versa architecture, right, and build that
Sure.
smaller Sentra around that. I
You have
think
a smaller,
that's
more basic thing, lighter, tossable. Like you just do. Like we look at, and let's use the Forerunner as an example, where, and really the full Toyota lineup, like the Tundra's getting a ton of bad press for Toyota.
yeah.
Because of recalls and reliability issues, and then they recall it because of reliability issues, and it still has continued reliability issues,
Yeah.
and over complication with hybrid systems, which honestly Toyota is about the only company I trust buying a hybrid system from.
They are the best, period.
But even now, still in their new, like, everything is offered in a hybrid from them, which I think is a good move for them. But
God,
it doesn't.
they're good
But
at
it
it,
doesn't.
dude.
They're very good at it, but it doesn't come without pitfalls.
Sure.
And one of those pitfalls is complexity,
Cost.
and so if you can eliminate some of that complexity and eliminate some of that cost in, again, back with that pendulum swing of the market is looking for less complexity and less cost because of reasons, because maybe you don't want to go take a fucking 120 month loan out at 19% because that's interest rates for subprime. And so like I think there is like they're really in a good spot. And I think yes, with the new Xterra, which I'm excited for, they're finally going to fully revamp the Frontier, it sounds like. And perhaps the Titan is making a comeback, I think. Did I hear that?
I think that is. I think that's in the works.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then and there's also whispers of a new Skyline is coming. I don't know what to make of that.
That is happening. I'm pretty sure it's like 2030 is the R36. Originally conceived as an EV, which I guarantee they've walked that all the way back.
I bet you they didn't walk it all the way back. I bet you it's a hybrid.
A hybrid, yeah, absolutely, but it's not going to be a totally electric vehicle. 100%.
Probably not.
Yeah.
And even if it was, the Skyline moniker has always been like pushing the envelope as far as performance technology. And I think if it was an all EV, which again, I think you're right. I don't think it will be.
It won't be.
But even if it was, I think if they pulled it off in a way where it drove really fucking good, I think that would be fitting of the Skyline moniker. Now, if it's the Fapsonic Charger EV, no, but in half baked, no, I don't think so. But I am really interested to see what they cook up for the R26.
Yeah, or 30, or yeah.
36. Sorry, RB26 was getting in the way of my brain.
They're definitely not sticking that in there.
Bring it back, man.
Bring it back. Nismo. Have you seen the Nismo Armada?
It's so goddamn silly.
It's so fuck yeah for doing that, first off.
I mean, it's catastrophic. It's ruinously stupid, but I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. And so Nismo, which is Nissan's kind of sporting division, is looking to go in 20, and this was like one of my favorite factoids I just read. In 2028, there'll be 10 different Nismo models offered across Nissan's lineup. They're going from 5 to 10. And like, don't get me wrong, I think the Juke is one of the fucking ugliest vehicles, but will I take a Juke Nismo RS?
Hell yes.
Fuck it. Dude,
hell
yes.
yes.
So bad. I'm looking real hard.
Yeah.
Nismo
out there.
Like, I don't think they might have gotten like this for a little bit, but you want to be careful. It's like Audi's S line or R line or like, any of those kind of things.
Hyundai N line.
Yeah, Nismo won't do that, right? Or GT line or what, they won't do that. Like if they're going to put a Nismo badge on, they're going to like tweak some stuff and actually make it a capable, I don't know about the Armada. Let's not talk about that right now. But I think this is what we're talking about. I think you do bring back those Sentra Nismos. You bring back like those lower model Nismo variants, man.
Do you think Nismo has any fair? Do you think like the Nismo name and branding, do you think it has any actual cachet?
I think it does. I think it does.
I don't know.
It does.
I don't know that it does.
I think it does. I think it does. I think it has for some time. I think the Nismo version of the Zs were always like much more respected. The GTR Nismo was a different animal too. I think Nismo really is a thing, dude. But again, that needs, maybe it faded a little bit. Like the Nismo Sentra wasn't well received. It was a not revvy little turbocharged 4-cylinder.
The Frontier Nismo, which was effectively the off-road trim,
right?
The Pro 4X, like. I don't know. The 370Z Nismo was a thing.
Dude, the 350Z Nismo was pretty fucking impressive. I know you don't agree with the body kit, but I love it. First off, I fucking love it. I love that it's like seam welded. I think that was a cool touch. I think the very limited production numbers of those makes it a really cool car. I would absolutely chase one of those. I almost bought a red one for like 17 grand. Now you can't get it for like 30 grand, right? Low mileage ones.
Do you think there's any? It's funny if you look at just the Japanese manufacturer scene from the position of an American consumer. You have Toyota Lexus, right? Which is the old standby. They make the solid thing. That's what you buy if you want to have a questionable dealer experience. But you'll have a car for 10 years that will retain 81% of its value and be reliable. Great. Mazda's the fun one, right? Zoom zoom.
Yeah.
Right. That's the one that, any car enthusiast that says go buy daily drivers, go get a CX-50, go get a
Sure.
Mazda 3. The CX-9 now has an inline six, even
Did
though
you know?
I don't
Did
know
you know
that
you
it's
could get a
spelled like it.
CX50 hybrid?
Yes, and it's all Toyota powertrain.
It's all Toyota. I love that, dude. I
It's
love
all
that. Good for them.
yeah, RAV4. Like that's the trick. If you want
Compelling.
don't buy the 2-year-old RAV4 hybrid for like $1,200 off the original MSRP with
Go get
50,000 miles.
Go get
You
that
get
50.
the CX-50 hybrid that's 2 years old and it's 40% off original MSRP. That's the
Smaller
pro tip.
interior space, but much higher quality interior.
Yeah. Mhm.
So nice in those.
Yes. So no, but like I guess the vibe is Mazda's like that's like we build driving excitement, as Pontiac once said. Like just it's the drive. It's like the driver's
My heart, dude.
Didn't even mention Miata, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then Honda is kind of. I think they're a little bit lost at sea right now.
They are. Yeah.
But I think the perception from just Joe Everyman or Sally Everywoman, or Pat.
McCrotch.
Pat non-binary is like oh they make a good car. They're reliable, they're comfortable, they get good fuel economy. And I think that's probably largely accurate.
Still true, yeah.
Nissan, I think, has an opportunity here to come in as a little bit of like the value brand, but in a good way. Like when we were looking at Hyundai and Genesis like 10 to 15 years ago, where they're like, oh, they're making really good stuff now, and they've got this compelling lineup, and they're making some things that other people aren't making, like a Genesis Coupe, or a the Genesis sedan 5-liter R
with the Tao 5-liter V8.
Yeah, or whatever. They're making some compelling products at a better price point, and it's a more simple thing. And I think Nissan has an interesting opportunity to do that, especially with their heritage as a huge bonus. So,
what would you like to see a Nismo version of from Nissan?
ooh.
It not even just what they have currently, just what could come back with a Nismo variant. That'd be fun. Because there's some good options out there. Like, what are they missing? What are they missing in the lineup? I think we were right with like a return to like the small enthusiast, like the Sentra competitor, not the new Sentra, but like
I'm pulling up their lineup.
Use the Versa platform. I think that's the ticket. I think if they get a Nismo back that harkens back to and call it the Sentra SCR again, I think that sells. I think that sells at 22 to 25K all day.
Also, while I'm thinking about it, I think they did announce that they are, when they refresh the Pathfinder, I think they said for like 27 or 28, they're gonna have they might do a split where it's going to be unibody and a body on frame.
So that weirded me out when they said that. Like they're going to have the same name vehicle, but two completely different.
I think it's
construction
unnecessary.
Types.
I think you just have one be the Xterra and one be the Pathfinder. But because I'm just an idiot in front of a mic.
Yeah, they'll be peeing in the same urinal if they do a body on frame Pathfinder, because the original Pathfinder kind of gave way to the Xterra, and because that allowed the Pathfinder to become that more family SUV unibody deal. But
it did, yeah. Because
Pathfinders are fucking great, though. We love the Pathfinder.
Well, what's interesting is like I would love a world where the Maxima comes back, but I think in order to make a compelling Maxima, you're just making an Infinity.
You are.
If
Infinity. We haven't heard anything about Infinity hanging out.
If it's either you have Infinity take the David Carradine way out, or the lead singer from NXS, or you just don't bring back the Maxima. I think I think there is some brand cachet to be garnered if they got rid of Infinity, especially with all the sideshow like rep that it has today. If you just axed Infinity, you brought back the Maxima as your flagship sedan. I don't think you make a coupe, but like you bring back a flagship sedan. You make I don't know if you make something nicer than the Armada, and maybe you do that for 5 years and then bring Infinity back, right? Coca-Cola Classic.
Ah, I was going to say maybe Nissan becomes Infinity and Datsun comes back as the enthusiast low
Um,
level. That'd be kind of fun.
I could see a world where
Be
Nissan
fun.
stays Nissan, but you bring back Datsun like Toyota had Scion,
Yeah, so
where you have it as like the value brand that's like catered towards young people.
mm,
And NVH is sky high,
yes,
but it's a
please.
little tossable, and it's inexpensive. Um, and, you make the slate of
Oh,
combustion vehicles. And then, like you get rid of the Versa and you have the Versa be the nicest Datsun. You call it the 510 or whatever.
I
You
like
call it
it.
the Honeybee. I don't know.
Dude, embrace the retro styling and boxiness, which is still
Yeah.
popular.
But
I,
I guess to just a really quick answer your last question, I would say I would want them to make a Nismo Versa
yeah, agree. I think that's the
or
small.
Kicks.
We need, yeah, I'd rather have the
A
Versa.
Nismo Kicks.
I think we need a compact. I think you're
I think
right.
the Kicks would sell though. I don't know if the Versa would.
Bring back cars again. Make cars great again. I want to see
Yeah.
the Nissan CEO
Maca
do a press release and go up there and absolutely
from
be
a
like,
cello case or a
yeah,
piano
no,
box or
yeah, a bunch of special forces guys fucking covered him. But
in
no, he
Brazil.
comes out and he's like, first thing, he's like, I want to address everything with Nissan moving forward. Any Infinity fans out here? Crickets, chirp, right? All the heads kind of sag down. Good. Fuck
One
them.
person claps and he just
Yeah,
like points at him and just
escort him out. He's
yep.
sniped instantly. Infinity's fucking gone. Infinity's fucking gone.
Yeah.
That's what he says. And everybody
Yes.
claps. We forget about
And everyone clapped.
the model differences between a Q50 and a Q60. And
Right.
we all embrace Nissan as this large company again. And maybe they can try the luxury thing later on. But why try to get into that competitive circle again? Infinity has not hung with Acura, Acura has grown more divergent from Lexus over the years, right? Acura is the sportier, nice upscale model,
Yeah.
whereas Lexus has doubled down on its
And
refinement.
even Acura's struggling. Acura's not in a
They
great spot.
are. They are. But like, why invest any more into that? It doesn't make sense anymore. Congratulations, Lexus. We knew you were going to fucking win. You won. Acura was first to fire, didn't finish the fight.
And honestly, I think if they took 2 or 3 or 5 years off and you brought back Infinity with like a cogent lineup and you brought it back to some pomp and circumstance and you got
Yeah.
rid of the QAnon based naming convention,
Yeah.
I think, and you rise it back from the grave like RFK Jr. is supposed to come back and regain the presidency as per QAnon. I think I think that could work. I really do.
Yeah. Or even don't even worry about that. Get Nissan, get your legs under you, develop
that's what I
what you
mean though.
are.
Like
Yeah. But
if Nissan ends up kicking ass, right?
but
If
do
you
you
do
need
that,
it? Do you need it? Mazda doesn't need a luxury division.
they're
I mean,
kind of
they're
their own luxury division.
yeah,
And I don't know.
What Subaru doesn't have a luxury division. Mitsubishi.
To be fair,
Let me tell you about Mitsubishi though. The upper trim of the Outlander kind of is. It's not good.
well, I
Dude.
mean, the Outlander's like now currently like 80% Rogue. So, or the Rogue is 80%. It's complicated.
It's a little
But
bit of both.
but like I can see a world where you get rid of Infinity,
Hmm.
you bring in Nissan, and then you eventually push Nissan slightly up market, and then you create you get rid of the Versa and the Kicks, and you basically have, when you restyle those together, you have them launch as Datsuns, and then you have a couple
How
of
fun
other,
would-
you bring in like the Fair Lady
But you know what?
as a
though?
little convertible like Miata competitor, as like an anti Halo,
Yeah, absolutely. But we have a lot of circumstance right now, financial instability, whatnot. What better time is there to come out with a brand that's focused on like value? Like Nissan could be a value leader. Like they could just push out products that are affordable but still good. And it's not on the market anymore. Like you can't go get a cheap Toyota anymore or a cheap Honda.
Right.
They are pretty expensive. You can go get a cheaper Hyundai, but it's you're probably not getting the same quality as some of those Japanese OEMs.
Right.
So I think Nissan coming in as a value offer forces Honda and Toyota to kind of take a step back and say, man, we need to address our lineups. Maybe we need to have cheaper cars too. And then we can kind of reset that market because inflation, economic instability, all that kind of stuff. I think it really calls because the used car market's doing really good compared to the new car market right now. I think everybody brings out cheap cars again, dude. Let's go back. Let's reset it, Frank, to the time period where you could get.
I love it.
You can't get a stripper
and I'm
anymore.
advocating for it. I think the pitfall here is, especially when you're making cars at volume, is what was part of the main issues with Nissan 15, 20 years ago, which is they I don't want to say they pushed the envelope as far as development stuff, right? But they brought the Leaf, and the Leaf was one of the first, if not the first, real mass production electric vehicle on the market.
What a deal to get one of those now, let me tell you.
I know. Buy one for like $2,800 and have like 14 miles of range.
That's exactly it.
But you know, one of the other things they got into early and pushed hard for and it bit them on a very, very, very big scale was the Jatco CVT thing.
Yeah.
And so I can see, like, if they do all of this stuff and they engineer shit properly, and whether that means they recycle a lot of old tech to keep the cost down and keep, hopefully, in theory, reliability up because you're using proven materials and proven vendors, versus Jatco, which is primarily owned by Nissan. Hey, we're going to do the CVT. It's the future, and they're not wrong there. That's proven out. But the product was dog shit and continued to be dog shit.
Yeah,
and is still looming over Nissan like some grim specter of unreliability. And so I think if they do this right, and you grow and you make these cars at scale, and you do what they were doing 20 years ago. You know, you look at a early to mid 2000s Nissan lineup, they had some cool shit.
Great shit, right? Like not dog shit.
Even
like,
Infinity.
Yeah, even
but like if you get back to
Infinity.
there and then Jatco your pants,
yeah,
like you're just the cycle of abuse, you know? Like it's not, you know, you have to avoid that pitfall. And that's easier said than done. I'm not an engineer. I can't pull that shit off, but
I'm saying though there is space in the market right now for that kind of an approach. Like if the Xterra comes out as a body and frame V6 powered truck for $30K, there is nothing competing with that right now.
Or even 37.
Yeah, well, that's the
if you're undercutting
the Pro 4X, right?
Or even just like, so the base 4Runner is 42. If you come in with the base Xterra at 37, you undercut it by $5,000, which is, you know, what is that, 15%?
Yeah.
That's not inconsequential. Plus, it's the new hot thing. And you offer like, oh, it's got the bump with the in the back with the
they got
the first aid kit.
Absolutely.
And you have some retro callback stuff, which the current 4Runner doesn't really have. It's not this like cutting edge swoopy thing, but like it doesn't have any like throwbacks. I think it would be very successful and be a moneymaker. I don't think they need to create a loss leader here. But I'm looking forward to it. I think
I'm
like
super
we're right
pumped.
there.
Dude,
We're right on the bleeding edge of Nissan being back.
And I think they are. I think they're going to keep some retro callbacks to what made the Xterra, but also like it is going to be a little futuristic looking, which is cool. I love that it's going to be like moving forward in design, but I love like just the recipe, dude. The body on frame and the V6. I fucking love that already, right? So let's lean into that. Let's have an off-road trim. That one pushes like 38. Right?
What completely forgotten model are you bringing back?
For Nissan, I think the Maxima should absolutely come back. But besides that, what else?
I'm
bring
back
a
the
new minivan.
I'm bringing back the Access.
Yeah,
AXXESS.
Oh.
But like as a city metro, you know, like they had the NV100.
Yeah,
you know,
how about
like a better one of those.
I'd like to see something small and stupid, like an NX2000. Like something different that's not represented on the market, a little sporty coupe.
I think if they call it the 200SX.
Yeah, anything.
Or even if they called it the S. Honestly, like if they just leaned into some of their heritage, like almost to a heavy-handed
Mm-hmm.
extent, right? If they brought back a small, tossable shoot, even if it's like a coupified four door, which I personally don't like, but they got to sell the damn thing, and coupes don't sell anymore. If they brought back something that's tossable and fun and call it the Sylvia,
That's what I'm. So I almost caught myself. Yeah, like what would it be? The S16, S17? I don't even know what they're at.
yeah,
Bring back that because the GR86 does pretty well. Make it a
yeah,
GR86 fighter. Undercut the
yeah,
GR86.
call it the Sylvia and call it like the S16 edition or whatever
Let's
when it
go. Let's
launches or
go.
whatever.
Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah, call it the 240 SX. Call it the yeah,
That's
it's
sorely missing from the market.
SX16.
Yeah,
There's a
more
way to do it.
affordable sports cars are sorely lacking in today's market. So I think you build it as a GR86 fighter.
You could. I
I
mean,
love
you
it.
could.
I love it. And
And
the Nismo one, spicier, fun,
yeah,
maybe turboed.
yeah.
Do something
And what
crazy.
you do is you plat your Nissan's a major investor in Mitsubishi at this point. You
Correct.
can platform some of this shit. I mean, that's the only way that Toyota was able to do the 86
Mm.
was by platform sharing it with Subaru, and those cars are like not differentiated at all. But if they platform shared something with Mitsubishi and call it the Eclipse or whatever you want to call it,
Hmm.
the Mirage, the Lancer, whatever, but differentiate them a little heavier, right? Maybe one is a 2+2 and one is just a two-seater. I don't know. Like figure out what you want to do there.
That could happen.
I think there's a way that you can make it be actually feasible. And actually sell and make money and not be a loss leader.
It's just funny. I just think, like, as abstract as it was when we presented our How to Save Nissan, I think we're heading kind of in that direction, which gets me pretty excited, dude. I think the news coming out of Nissan's good. The buzz around the brand has been very, very positive lately. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm a Nissan truther. I've owned some fantastic Nissans and I'll continue to own fantastic Nissans. But if to see that brand turn around, I would love. I think that's the come from behind story we're all waiting for, man.
Yeah, and you're definitely a Nissan truther. I'm a Stevie Wonder truther.
Oh,
Yeah, he can see.
I failed to see your point.
That's right. Actually, I see the 8 ball behind you. Ask the 8 ball if Stevie Wonder actually can see or not. Let's find out the truth right here and now.
Is Stevie Wonder
Acting a
lying to
fraud.
us all about his gift of vision?
Or lack thereof.
Dude, I need glasses to read a Magic 8 Ball.
You've been Stevie Wonder this whole time.
My sources say no. So it looks like
Man, the
you
great
know the
beyond
8
has
Ball.
spoken.
8 Ball doesn't lie to us, my friend.
Undefeated.
Cool. Well, Nissan's coming
On
back.
that note,
Mark your fucking calendars. Let's all go buy Nissans. You ready to play a little game, Frank?
oh boy, yes, I am. I'm actually not, but I'm here. I'm here to hopefully not fall on my face. You pull up what the hell you're gonna do to embarrass me. And while you're going through the motions, I will explain what we are up to. The game is afoot, and this game is our print at quiz game. Chadwick has found himself an advertisement from the 80s, the 90s, to the mid 2000s. And he's going to read the type copy from this print ad. He's going to redact out anything overly identifying, and it will then be incumbent upon me within 10 minutes and within 3 guesses, with some hints sprinkled in there, to try and figure out and deduce the make, model, and approximate model year of the vehicle at hand. Please play along at home, take notes, scream at your listening device or watching device as I flounder helplessly. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this thing.
Yeah, emphasis on deuce in your deduce statement. So this is a one-page spread. I'm going to tell you right now.
Can you have a one-page spread?
Yeah, it is. It's crinkled up and you unfold it. It's like
fair.
it's kind of like a flip book.
Interesting.
Smart ass. So this is not heavy on the details, my friend, but we're going to
great.
get there because we haven't done this car yet. So
Mm.
vehicle is the top 60% of the page, 3/4 angle from above, passenger side, streaking. I think it's more of an
Ooh.
illustration than an actual
Okay.
photo of the car. The numbers beside it, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it says go.
Wow.
So those
86,
that's
75309.
those numbers. Yeah, Jenny's been here. These numbers do mean something. So it says introducing the next blank.
Okay.
So obviously, probably an existing brand, right? So The new blank has a 6-speed gearbox,
Wow.
firing 180 horsepower into the pavement.
Ooh.
Please enjoy your flight. And then it breaks down the trims and their costs. I will tell you that the most expensive trim,
Mm-hmm.
$22,985.
Okay. Seems like a good deal.
I think it is. Frank, what are we talking about
Whoa.
today?
Damn. Okay. What's funny is
There's some stuff to unpack there.
wait, okay, hold on.
Nope. I won't.
Reread the numbers. You
Reread?
said like it started at what, like 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
The numbers were 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like a countdown to go.
Yes.
And it's because it has a 6-speed manual gearbox.
Ah, okay. So
So it's a very clever ad.
fair. I was thinking, what if it was 6 generations?
Oh, that's
And now
good
this
too.
is the 7th.
That's not bad.
So 6-speed manual
Mm-hmm.
in the era where something like this that would cost $22,000 in top trim, and got you presumably the 6-speed.
Definitely
You
got
know,
you.
late 90s, early 2000s, when a 6-speed was a big fucking deal.
180 horsepower.
At this price point.
Yeah.
180. When you said the 6-speed, I was thinking Celica. And 180 horsepower in a GTS, VVTi, fits. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth, fifth, sixth. I think this would be the 7th generation Celica, which, you know, through like kind of fits the advertisement. And I don't know if they meant this or I just read into this, but that's why I asked
Maybe.
where they started the count.
The
So
6-speed
I think-
gearbox was definitely good for this year.
Right. So I'm thinking this is a 7th gen, which would have been a 2000 Toyota Celica GTS in this configuration. And the numerology is leading me to this. So I'm going to say this is a 2000 Toyota Celica GTS. Final answer, Bob.
Introducing the next Celica.
Yeah.
It is. We are talking about it. You could get a GT starting at $15,695.
Ooh, what a deal.
What a deal.
Yeah.
These are, I'm going to flip my laptop towards the screen in an awkward manner. Cool ad.
Yeah.
These kind of are cool as shit, dude.
And that's about as wordy as an ad from this era got.
That
When you
also
start
gives it
talking
away.
early 2000s.
I was going to help you get there no matter what, because I think this is a car that we should talk about because I think it's kind of cool. I loved it. I forget what it was called, but you could get that cool aero package with the giant spoiler and the unholy body kit.
That's called the action package, my friend.
Fuck, I want that. And there's a
Yes.
yellow one that's absolutely trashed. That I think that car in yellow is just right. The interiors were dog shit. They fell apart pretty quick.
Interiors were a lot of hard plastics.
Cool.
I've driven
car,
one.
though.
I've driven one once. I did a photo shoot on one. It was a decent example. It was silver with like a gray and black leather interior, and the leather was kind of dried out. It was 100. I think it was like 150,000 mile car.
Okay. Still
Drove
cool.
well.
Yeah.
I would love an opportunity to just like take one on a rally and beat the snot out of it.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. I think it would actually grippy tires, good brakes. I think that would be a good time. These are pretty light cars. The 2ZZ is infinitely revvy, right? Which is
yeah.
what
I
you
mean,
want.
I had one in the Vibe GT. I will say the one thing is, and you drove the Vibe, and so you'll know, is like if you're gonna drive it aggressively, like you have to be flirting with redline at all times.
Got to
Because
keep it on boil.
if you shift 300 RPM before redline, you're out of the VVTi cam profile. You're back into
It's wild.
you know. So you basically have to be perpetually damn near bouncing it off the limiter. It's Toyota,
Yeah.
so you can do it, and like, you don't. But there's still a little bit of mechanical sympathy where you're just like, oh, I don't feel right doing
Yeah,
this.
all
But
the time.
that's how you have to drive that car at the limit. Not even at the limit, but just like to have fun and keep it in the
Dude,
power band. 'Cause
these
it's
things-
so short.
Yeah, and you remember when they came out, these things were incredibly popular. These things actually
Yeah.
sold very well. Especially, dude, I always liked the GTS. I think If I was to get one today, I would get a crazy color. I think yellow is the way to go with that arrow kit. I think that's just so stupidly cool now. And honestly, I think suspension tuning, brakes, and grippy tires, like you said, on a rally to rip one of these things,
It'd be great. Yeah, I think it'd be
it
a
would
lot
be
of
a
fun.
good time, right? And it's
This car was a big deal when it came out because the Celica before that, which I like a lot, that 6th gen with the quad headlamps, I think it's a good looking car and
good.
a far better built car.
We
than
didn't
this
get the
car,
spice though. We didn't get the spice.
but it was always an underperformer. The
Mhm.
hottest example we got was a 140 horse motor plucked from the Camry.
Yep.
And so
We didn't get the smoke, dude.
no, we got no smoke. We got no GT4 variant. We got no
ST205.
SS. Yeah, we didn't get the SS2 variant, which was like the Beams NA voter version. And so when this one showed up, I was like, oh, okay, we've actually got some pop now. Because not only was it a Revy NA, 180 horsepower, which was a good amount for that era.
Absolutely.
6-speed manual is a big fucking deal.
Big deal. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad the
I mean,
ad
that was
kind of focused on that, right? Like, but I think these are largely slept on. I don't think they go for a lot of money. A very rough condition, most of these that you find nowadays.
They're hard to find on.
But God, dude, does it deserve more? Does it deserve more respect? It's a Toyota badged front-wheel drive sports car, really with 90s design.
It's got a Lotus
touches.
motor.
But you know what I'm saying? Does it deserve more? Because they're not shit. It's like
no,
this
it's
could be
just
made
they're
very capable.
They're slept on compared to if you were to put it up next to say a GSR Integra, which say you had a 2000 Celica GTS and a 2000 GSR Integra, and
Great match.
Let's say they both had 100,000 miles and were clean.
Oh, big
that GSR is going for probably double the money, or
I'd say
close
exactly.
to it.
Yeah.
And it's a much older design. I'm a Toyota guy at heart. I actually think the Integra is probably the better car.
It is. Yeah. That GSR motor is special.
The GSR compared to the Celica, you're getting 10 extra horsepower in the Celica. You're getting an extra gear.
Well, it's half a decade of technology right there, but
yeah, and half a decade of tech. And yeah, but that's part of the deal. And so, the build quality and the Integra's a little nicer in the inside.
Yeah, it is.
The Integra, a facelifted Integra at this point, in my opinion, is a nicer looking thing.
What a good match, though, to take those two against each other.
But at like a 50% discount,
sure,
take the Celica. So
yeah, absolutely, I think I will own one of these. I want to get a clean one. I do want the stupid arrow kit. I'm an idiot like that. But I do like them in like shouty colors. I feel like 80% of them are silver with a black interior.
They're silver or that dark blue.
Yeah, but mostly silver with a black interior. Yeah. And I think they look cool. I think they don't look like anything else. And for that, I salute Toyota. Yes. I think the Celica GTS is a super slept on car. I really do.
Yeah. No, they are. They're cool. They are slept on. And let's go get one.
Yeah, we should. We should.
We're going to get W12s.
Yeah.
And we're going to get 7th gen Celicas.
I feel like if you get one of these, and like I said, you throw a bigger rear sway bar in, you lower it maybe a little bit, you freaking put some grippers on there, you put some good brakes on there, and just grip it at a rally or something. I think it would be a highly rewarding car because you would just live at 7,500 RPM, 8,000 RPM the entire time.
And with the action, you got to get that action.
Maybe open the exhaust a little bit. I bet that the 2ZZ screams at those RPM.
Oh, I bet. Dude, how sick would it be to have like all the in period TRD like dealer add-on mods where you get the action package, you get the cat back,
supercharger.
Could you? I don't know.
I thought there was. I swear to God, there was. I thought
for some reason I thought it was on the 1ZZ.
Maybe. But anyway, open up the exhaust, put an Apex and one exhaust on there. And just like something period correct, right? An intake. This could be a fun ripper for a rally. Yeah. And like all under $7,500.
Yeah. 7,500. Yeah, you can probably get 150,000 mile example.
Put some mods into it.
Yeah.
I want to get one of these. Yeah, I'm gonna get one of these. I will own one.
Put it on the list.
Yeah, it's on there. That list of 500 vehicles. All right. Let's close this down, guys. Thanks again.
Hold on, we got to do some PCP. We have to do drugs.
God. You went first
Been
last
doing
time.
drugs?
Let me return the favor.
Yeah. What's on your list of drugs that you've been doing? Snorting.
ES300. So we got it running,
Yeah.
which was a huge accomplishment with a coolant temp sensor that we talked about a week ago. Bro, I finally did a full inspection of the car. It's pretty good. Weirdly, super detailed engine bay, which always makes me question things, right? When I see
Right.
that. It's an incredibly original car. I love seeing that. There's no modification. It's never been fucked with. Some questionable things. It does have a valve cover leak front and back. And
Sure.
I've been giving you awesome photos to show you what I found because literally it was done 9 years ago, which is sure a valve cover can leak again after 9 years. Not really
Right.
if you do a good
Well,
job.
like what the miles though? Like not a lot.
11,000, not enough to have a new valve cover.
Yeah.
Dude, done at a dealership. I'm not going to drop any names, right? Like a little respectful here. It's the only respect we will ever show on this podcast. But
Lexus of Concord.
it's fucked up, bro. The guy's dead. The tech that did it's dead for sure.
He's long dead.
He's way dead. It's like I like
Seppuku.
to, dude. That's my favorite thing to do when I watch movies with people.
Maybe he did it halfway through this job, and then somebody had to come behind him and just like finish
Oh, that
it,
guy
and that's-
fucked it up. Okay.
Yeah.
But when I watch old movies and stuff, when there's a cat or dog, I'm like that animal's dead now. I just love to break the mood with that. But anyway, keep it real.
Milo and Otis.
Yeah, I fucking love that movie. I actually do like that movie a lot. I have it on DVD. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So valve cover. So I noticed
Yes.
there were two colors of RTV, which is always an
See,
all-star move.
halfway through.
That's an all-star move, dude. You double up, and in case because there's an argument. Oh, you use the black or do you use ultra gray? I use both, motherfuckers. So the guy didn't take off the old gasket material. He put the new RTV on there and just fucking sandwiched it all down. Wonderful stuff. So I'm noticing lots of little shortcuts, stuff like that, it's a job though, dude, because you have to take the intake manifold.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. So anyway, my inspection, I saw that. I saw a valve cover leak. The undercarriage is pretty wet. I don't know if you stuck your head under there. Like everything's soaked, indicative of a valve cover pouring down the side of an engine block. Brakes are actually kind of old looking too. So I'm going to do those like 40% on the pads. I'm basically just making a list for myself here. So I think a good inspection is good to let you know where you're at. I think we're getting into something good here, dude. I don't doubt the quality of this car. I think it needs a little more than we initially thought, but like maintenance, bro. It's just maintenance. Are you getting emotional over this, Frank? Or you just
No,
did you get
no.
cayenne in your eye again?
Kind of. Are you done?
Yeah, dude. It's just
Because I have a segue with my tears.
Oh, good. Trail of Tears. All right. So yeah, no, it's we need to do some things is what I'm saying. And
Yes.
I love it when like you get that whole, do a shit maintained car. And you're like, I don't need to do shit. No.
Yeah, everything's perfect.
Look at that car. And I'll have some videos coming out shortly. But Frank, what have you been wrenching on?
I've been tearing up over here. So
This guy.
so two things. I'm sitting over here like rubbing my Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Don't
because
burn any mansions down, all right?
I'll try not to go full Andre Rise in this bitch. But no, I just got sunscreen in my eye, and I was wearing sunscreen because I was at Pick and Pull earlier. And I lubed myself up, and it finally has just worked its way into my eye. For some reason, am I the only one that's happened to? Almost every single time, without fail, if I put sunscreen on my face, and because
He's flailing wildly.
I'm a Caucasian gentleman, I and in my 40s now, I feel like I have to do this, and so I put sunscreen on, and it always finds a way sometime later to get in my eyes, and it's doing it right now. So that's a whole thing. But I was at Pick and Pull. So two things. A, I went to Pick and Pull first off for the Xterra behind me. Which I don't need anything too crazy. But some of the stuff we discussed before is the driver's side rear quarter panel molding, the wheel flare.
That's right.
Broken. So there were two Xterras at Pick and Pull. Great. You know what?
That's
I got
awesome.
some time. Let me get out there. Not only that, I also need spare tire hardware. I need the first aid kit, which I'm pretty sure I wasn't going to find. I need the little clips that hold the visors, the sun visor.
Oh yeah.
They're missing on mine. They're just gone. So I need the little clips so I can clip the visors in place properly.
It's important.
And I'm missing like a number of just like random fasteners under the hood.
Yeah.
One of the ones that holds the airbox to a bracket just gone.
Okay.
I'm missing a couple off of the timing belt cover, and I'm missing a couple off of They're like 10 millimeter bolts, 12 millimeter bolts on the both sizes around the valve cover. There's ones that there's like a crossover coolant pipe. There's 2 bolts that hold it to that are missing. There's another little tiddly shit like that. So, the valve covers are like a specific caged bolt. So I like whatever. And you go to Pick and Pull, you buy like 1 or 2 things. Nobody's gonna ask you, well, what about those 2 bolts that you have?
Yeah, in your anus.
Deep in your anus, that you're crying about, sir.
They're working their way out, folks.
So I got all the fasteners for $0. I bought the flare for $5.99.
Oh, nice.
I found a good one. Both had no spare tire hardware, and both of the clips for the visors were gone.
Must
so
be
I guess
thing.
that's a common thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I also got for the aforementioned Lexus ES300.
That is so killer.
Here we
dude.
go.
I hope
there was a 93 that was there.
Wow.
It was hitting the front. And here's the switch for the it's dusty.
I hope our issue lies within that switch because the gas release. So it's actually a push button mounted on the door for those not looking at the video. Frank holding up a switch. The gas release works perfect, but our trunk one has nothing, no action when I push down on it, which leads me to think it's the button malfunction. This is before the electronic ones, so I'm hoping just swapping that over. Which, how hard was it to get out of the door? Did you mutilate the
door panel? Was already off. It was just sitting there next to the
car.
So I looked at the door. I was like, oh, the door panel's gone. I was like, whoop, there it is. And I picked it up and it was there. And I just you could see there's like a little push connector here on the side. On both. And so I just pushed it and easy. No tools.
Yeah,
just use my bare hand.
I'll have to pull the door cover, which will be the first time that's ever been off on that vehicle.
Probably,
for sure. Yeah, so that part's a little daunting, but dude, that might be our fix. Because if not, that was kind of shitty not to have.
Because otherwise, does it have a relay?
No, it's not. I don't think it's anything serious. I think it just goes straight to the trunk. I checked.
It's a 4-prong. So I mean, there's probably a ground and then one for each.
Yeah, there's a fuse. There's a fuse that goes to it, but I guess if that fuse was bad, the gas cap one wouldn't work either.
You would think,
right? Because it's networked or it's circuited together, so that one works fine. So I think the actual physical and there's no tactile response from the switch.
Right.
Press on yours. I think it clicks a little bit when you press on the up to the microphone, please. Do you feel something?
Yeah.
So there's nothing. It just feels like a dead button. So I think that might be our fix, my man.
All right, we got it.
Woo!
Surprisingly expensive. And by that I mean it was $16.99.
I should look it up online because I think that's like a $75 part though.
Probably
on the eBays.
Because I looked in there were a couple Camrys there, and it's like the traditional cable pulled release.
Yeah,
but because we're in Lexus land, it was a far more fancy push button.
Yeah.
So I've got that.
Nice, dude.
And then a quick update on the back to the Focus.
This is a lot of PCP.
Yeah. Yes. Was that your best RFK Jr. impression?
That was me on PCP, actually.
Yes, exactly. No, the part, it's actually I looked it up. It's the VCT, the variable cam timing solenoid.
Oh,
so
okay.
think like a VVT or a VTEC solenoid.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the Ford version. Okay, cool. I guess I just need to get another one of those. Utterly discontinued. Nobody makes a repop. The only thing you can do is, and again, I haven't had a chance to pull codes, but like I looked up and the symptoms of one of these going bad is identical to what it is.
Oh, that sucks.
Slight miss, terrible throttle response. It probably would eventually, I've started the car twice. It probably would eventually be throwing a fault.
That makes sense, yeah.
And there's probably a pending one. I just haven't scanned it. So if this is what I need, the quote unquote fix is there's actually an Audi Volkswagen part that's made by Intermotor for Audi Volkswagen that is the same part effectively, but the mounting ears, because on this it's just a single, it's just like it's a cylinder, and it goes in, and then it just has like a single triangle shaped ear,
little gasket
with a 10 millimeter bolt, and that, or an 8 millimeter bolt, and that's it, and an O-ring.
Oh, okay. O-ring. Yep.
Great, cool. Well, the Volkswagen part is the same thing, except it has two ears. You got to cut one off, and then you have to slot the bolt hole on the other one, and then run a washer with the same bolt.
Mm.
And then the electrical connector is different, so you have to get the corresponding pigtail for it
Oh boy.
and then cut the old pigtail off and splice it in. Somebody makes it as a kit. There's like a Ford Performance Euro company that makes it as a kit, and it's like $160. Comes with
Okay.
the pigtail. It comes with one of the ears already chopped off. That's the fix. It's very annoying because the car's just sat. It's not like, oh man, I put like
I
1,000
know.
miles on it and this part failed. It's like, no, I changed the valve cover gasket, and somehow in that exchange, this has decided to wick
Jesus.
oil up through the bot. There's an internal seal has failed, and now it's going up into the harness. So it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's apparently a known thing, and there's a fix for it, and this is the fix: is putting an Audi Volkswagen, 1.8 or 2 liter.
Who knew
turbo
those vehicles were so
front end.
bespoke, this componentry? Also, tune in to find out if Frank finishes this budget rally car 1 year after the event.
Yay! Exactly. I was thinking about that. I was
Jesus.
like, man, at this rate, I might as well just take it on the next DWA rally.
You know what? It might almost be ready for it.
Yeah. Well, it would be September, October, whatever. So
That would be hilarious. All right, I'm going to actually shut it down. Sorry for
yes,
jumping
shut
the
it
PCP
down.
gun
Let's
there.
go home.
Guys, thanks again for joining us on this wonderful pod. Patreon, APA Pod. Check us out if you want to help us. That small monetary contribution goes a long way to getting us properly drunk off some horrible beverages, and that's
worst.
fun. And we do also supply you with a very valuable once a month episode where we go extra off the rails. If you think this is fucking crazy, you buckle up. No, we do get a pretty. We do
remember
get
that one.
crazy.
Remember that one time we degloved that drifter,
Dude,
in that bonus episode,
and there was that
was
episode
crazy.
where you died twice. But we'll get
Definitely,
on that later.
exactly. Modern medicine. Who knew?
Dude, yeah, modern medicine. Yeah, was that what that was?
That's what brought me back and killed me.
Yeah, cause and solution to all our problems. Right. So thank you guys for joining in again. If you want to check out my stuff, Auto Obscure Garage, more ES300 content coming up. An Xterra review. We're talking about Nissan this episode. God bless it. Come back, Nissan. Frank, where can the good people follow your world-class photography?
If you have to, mostly on Instagram. Otherwise, I'm out and about, out there in the scene.
Oh,
he's
a scene kid.
I'm really definitely a scene kid. I'm gonna go, what do modern scene kids do?
I think they emo themselves. I think is what they do.
That's to a final complete end. That's at the photographer's garage on the things. But most importantly, just keep coming back here. You can rate us. Apparently, I've been told. If true.
He said
many people are saying it
with a T.
Rated, or rated. That's it. We're falling apart here.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's get out of here. Tune in next time.
Yeah, when Nissan comes back even more, we know what's happening.
That's right. The return of Datsun.
All right, guys, take care. Peace.
Bye.